So I think the goal in the near future to the next 10 years would be to increase the accuracy of computer simulations and increase the scale so that eventually you could simulate something like an entire cell, let's say, right? Because in a biological system, that's a system that operates on many different length scales, and so you have very large scale changes that can take place inside a cell that are determined by microscopic details. So I've already seen some of that. So the largest, so now there's simulations that will simulate entire viruses, for example, and trying to scale that up to larger biological systems is kind of where this is going to go.
Psychology is going through a lot of transitions right now. So for the one thing, it's a fairly new science. We're only about 100 years old, and we've been going through a lot of revolutions where there's a lot of different modes of doing research in psychology that have slowly been coming together to create what you might think of as a more scientifically rigorous psychology. I think that this is going to continue to spin out over the next 10 years or so, and I think that we're going to have the ability to make better connections to other scientific disciplines, so we'll understand how the mind is instantiated in the brain, and so that we'll have better connections into neuroscience and neurobiology and neurochemistry, and we'll also have better understandings of the computational algorithms that, like the software that is the brain, that is the mind, and so it'll make a better connection into computer science. I also think that science in general is going through a lot of revolutions right now. You may or may not have been aware of kind of replication crises that have been popping up between social science and medical science. There's current revolutions in the practice of good scientific methodology and open science practices. I think that the field is going to look a lot different in 10 years. I think that we're all going to be using open science practices. I think we're going to be publicly registering our hypotheses. We're going to be registering our analysis plans so that we can all have a little bit more trust in the results that are published.
So, although we've been doing things with RNA and trying to find functions for new RNA molecules for many decades, the last decade, things have really advanced much more rapidly than in the past, and it's because of all these new technologies. And what the new technologies allow people to do is to figure out inside cells what certain protein or RNA or DNA molecules are associating with. And by telling who they're interacting with, then it's much easier to figure out what their function might be than if you're just sort of needle in a haystack guessing at what something might do. So that's been a great improvement. And right now, there are new technologies coming down every single day that allow us to look at molecules that are as unabundant as one molecule per cell. So we can't get much lower than that, and when we know what all those do, which I think will take a while,